Hi there, welcome back to the new restoration project. Another German set. This time it's a Loewe-Opta 5717W from 1960-61. So we're hitting the modern era. And nothing too dramatically different about this one. It's got the usual bands, long wave, medium wave, short wave, and FM, UW on there. The tone controls are bass and treble. Volume on the left. There's maybe another function there which I don't know about yet. Faceplate is in immaculate condition. On the right hand side we've got our tuning, and I'm not even sure if it's separate tuning for AM or FM or not. Grill cloth looks like it was put on yesterday. It's in immaculate condition, and so is the body. Not bad. Now we get to the back, and to open the back they decided to do away with the screws. You've got those levers which hold it in place. It's quite a neat system. 4 of them. Just flip them to the right. You've got to remove the FM antenna, obviously. And the back comes off. No hassle. And there we have it. Nothing too dramatic just yet. In fact, I don't know if there's anything dramatic all the way through, but anyway. The usual insides of a chassis, of a cabinet. Voltage selector with 240 volts as well, which is great, which is exactly what I need. There's the EL84, I believe. Yep, it's an EL84. Can't really read it on there. That's what the schematic says. EL84, power tube, EABC80, preamp and a detector. A messed up, you see that white stuff on the top? That's not snowflakes, that's blown, gassed out, and that's an EF89, I believe. That's the IF amplifier tube. ECH81 looks fine. Quick look on the, ooh, what's that? That crumbling stuff could be from the capacitor, but there's no hole on there. I don't know where that came from, but the capacitor's probably gone. The AM antenna, ferrite antenna. There's the FM box, FM unit front end, which is nicely separated from the rest. Should be pretty good. And the speaker, quite a hefty one. No markings, but in pretty good shape. And it looks original because you've got all the painting on those screws. So let's have a look at the insides. What do we have here? It's out of the cabinet, so boy, quite a bit of dust all over the place. I've cut the speaker wires just to remove that. Leave the speaker in there for now. The usual collection of years and years of dust and fluff and everything else you can think of. But the cabinet is actually in very, very good condition. Now, if we look at this, dust galore. There's a PC board on this one, which marks it off as being a bit more modern, but not something I particularly like. I prefer the point-to-point, but anyway. Just have a look here and see if there's anything obvious. There's the FM tuning capacitor. The tuning mechanism is a geared one where it turns in the FM tuning cap when you press the FM and the AM tuning cap when you press the AM. Those that gearing mechanism sometimes has a problem. We've got our lamps. I'm not sure if they're working or not. But other than that, ooh, that cap looks bad. Other than that, it looks in pretty good shape. There's the tuning eye, magic eye. Quite a few paper caps that we can see at the top. Now let's get this turned around and fitted into the, what is it? Test fixture. I use the existing holes at the bottom, the ones that actually are used to screw the chassis into the cabinet. I use those on my bracket, and I've made quite a few holes on there in the past depending on the spacing. It so happens that on this one we can fit it exactly. Now you tighten that with the original screws and it allows you to flip it around any way you want. Nice. This setup here on this bracket makes it so easy to work on. It's unbelievable. Let's have a look at the insides. a little bit more closely. Whoa, we've got a bit of dust on there. It's one of the tone controls. Everything seems in pretty good mechanical condition, physical condition. There's our selenium rectifier, which may need changing, maybe not. There's quite a few wires loose around here. It looks like someone's been in here, which is not nice. Anyway, what else can we see? We've got our little board on here. I think it looks like tone control of sorts with those caps. That's a separate little board. I've got the information on this. I've got the schematic on this, so it should be quite easy to figure out. Power transformer. That looks, don't know about that blue cap. Might have been changed. Maybe not. That's the power tube. A few paper caps, some oil. Those resistors look original. That looks pretty original. Oh dear, no it doesn't. That guy's dead, or looks dead. And that looks like the, yeah, it probably is. It's the B plus supply, is a resistor that links B plus to the FM front end unit. So there's obviously been an excess of current on there. Maybe the resistor, that's probably a 1 watt, maybe 2 watt resistor. Maybe it needed to be bigger and it's been overheated, or there's something wrong in there that created some sort of a short and created a burning sensation on that guy. We shall find out. Everything else looks okay. Not that much to change. The PC board, the board is in perfect condition. Now these boards are very fragile. If you put too much heat on them, those pads just come off. So you've got to be very careful with that. So some of the stuff is on the underside, as we can see, and some of the stuff is actually the components on the top side of that board over there. So some of them will be removed from the top. There isn't that much that I can see that needs swapping over. But one step at a time, I guess. I'm going to do the usual. I'm going to do a power supply check, output transformer check. That thing over there smells like trouble. So we can't put this on right now. And I'm going to do every step that I describe in just about every video I've made on restorations. It's check the power transformer, check the output transformer, and then check the power supply and try power it on, see that we don't have any smoke. But that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed it so far, and if you have, and you look forward to, and you want to see the remaining videos in the series of this restoration, please click subscribe, like, notify, and all that jazz. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.